Today, I wanted to make a quick video on two little custom creations of mine since I'm about to break them apart and put them back into my parts collection. First off, I wanted to show you guys my version of Cole's golem form. Unfortunately, this one has been sorted back out into my part collection for a while, but I do have these images. This one took me forever to make as I was constantly looking back and forth between the show's proportions to make sure I got that unique angled leg shape right, as well as making sure the shoulders and torso proportions were as close as I could get them to the show, all the while making it look like a ton of rocks just came together. Towards the end, I came to the conclusion that for the face, there was no way to make it look right other than painting. So while this isn't perfect, it does get the idea across. I also had a hard time deciding what color to make the rocks. In the show, they're not quite black, but also not quite gray either. And at some points, there's some tan stone showing as well. So keeping that in mind, I made sure to incorporate the colors as best as I saw fit, with dark gray as the primary and tan for the highlights. This model has all your usual joints in a mech, as well as added waist articulation. The center also folds open to reveal a snug cockpit for Cole. Moving on, this next build was inspired by an interesting point made by a LEGO set designer about Kai's climber mech. He said that originally in the conceptual planning stage, there were talks of making this mech for Wyldfyre instead of Kai, which honestly makes sense since the way the climber mech is designed, it feels very monkey-like with those huge feet and hands. I could easily see it being stylized to be more animalistic, and that totally makes sense for Wyldfyre since one of her character traits is all about being wild and animalistic. So with all that in mind, it inspired me to imagine and build what Kai's climber mech would have looked like if the quote-unquote wild had taken over half of it to kind of make it Wyldfyre's climber mech. This is what I came up with at the end, and it was super fun to build. I really wanted to use sand green since we see that on Wyldfyre's original outfit, but I didn't have nearly as much parts to make a build out of that. So I decided to use LEGO's olive green color for foliage and then dark green for whenever these tentacles start coming out. The dark green and orange at the toes and hand tentacles are kind of supposed to represent poisonous, vine tentacle-like things. I also thought the orange worked well for Wyldfyre and the rest of the mech. Then for the base color, we have tan, which I thought best represented this mech kind of being eaten up by the wild. My favorite bit is when you look at the head because you really start seeing the contrast there. Originally, I was worried this mech would look like just a bunch of pieces thrown together, but with proper color blocking, this turned out pretty well, I think. And then finally, I made this Wyldfyre figure with sand green arms to match the mech. But that is all for the two builds I wanted to show you all. Comment down below which one you enjoyed more. Thank you for watching, and as usual, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.